So basically, this information is, you can say, this data is the part of information. Say as for example, if I'm talking about, suppose, 250, say 250 is the data, है ना? So we don't know what is all about 250, isn't it? That 250 may be the price of 1 kilo of stuff, है ना? That 250 maybe the, say, roll number of a particular student, isn't it? That may be the wage of per day of a particular employee. है ना? So we don't know anything about that 250, isn't it? So this 250 is the data. That is, we can say it is nothing but your facts and figure. So this is the fact. This is one of the figure. But if I'm going to say that 250 is the roll number of a student, that becomes information, isn't it? So information is nothing but it is some sort of, we can say, it is a, I mean, data is included in the information. है. So we are going to say that information is going to have this data. Clear? So merely data is not going to give any sort of information. Fine. Now coming back to your, so we were having that data. Now big data, and just now we studied all about your big data. So what is the meaning of big data? How big data are being generated, isn't it? Now coming to a different point of this. So why we are basically using this data? What is the importance of going for this syllabus? The very first point is to understand where, when, and why their customer buy, isn't it? So from where they are going to buy, when the customers are supposed to buy, why the customers are going to buy your product, he is not going to buy other product. So in business, it is really very, very important to analyze the data. Clear? Now suppose you want to make some sort of you want to put up some industry for any electronic gadget. Clear? Like your, suppose you want to go for creating laptop, isn't it? For making laptop. Now, what type of laptop is being basically focused by this n number of employees or n number of persons are going to be taken care by this data only. And so you are going to analyze the data and what type of computers should you produce in order to achieve maximum profit, isn't it? So maximum profit is going to be achieved only when you're going to lower down the price. At the same time, you're going to put n number of different features, which is really other than the different computers. Obviously, in that case, it will be, and it is going to be beneficial for the these customers, because customers are nowadays very smart. You already know, and they are going to they are interested for going for more number of features in less price, isn't it? So in that case, you are supposed to understand where, when, and why their customer buy your product. And you need to have very clear picture, and how this picture is going to be there in your mind only when you are going to have data. You have done some analysis on that data, isn't it? No. So next point we are going to go for, to protect the company's client base and improve loyalty program. So if they know something about your, suppose, customer, something about your client, है ना, then only they are going to be loyal, isn't it? So loyalty is going to come from this particular customer base, client based, isn't it? So this is, nowadays the entire scenario is client based. So even I remember, even I've given the same example, that is, if in olden days we used to say that I want to buy, suppose, soap. The moment you said soap to the shopkeeper, he's going to give live boy to you, isn't it? So soap means live boy, isn't it? But nowadays the entire scene has been changed. Now the customers are interested to go for the color of the soap, the fragrance of the soap, and the shape of the soap, isn't it? And at the same time, it must be cheaper as compared to other soap. So I mean, it is client oriented nowadays. Fine. Now coming to the next point. Now, seizing cross-selling and upselling opportunity. So what is the meaning of this seizing cross-selling and upselling? Do you have any idea? Cross-selling का meaning क्या है? Can anyone? So cross, should I explain? और कोई बताएगा बच्चों? Let me see my screen. So 25 students are there. I think I'm audible, isn't it? Not audible? Should I restart? आवाज नहीं जा रही बच्चों?
So it is audible.
ऑडिबल, अच्छा तो बोल दीजिए, इतना सोचना क्या है? बहुत सोचने के बाद प्लीज लेट मी नो, कोई भी बोल देगा तो है ना, मुझे पता चलेगा कि आवाज जा रही है, सो आई एम गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू. सम टाइम इट हैपेंस कि मैं बोल रहा हूं और उधर से लिंक ब्रेक हो गया या कुछ कनेक्शन प्रॉब्लम आ गई.
Sir, I think cross-selling means the price of a particular item at various other places.
क्रॉस सेलिंग, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट क्रॉस सेलिंग.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा अच्छा. Anybody else? So she is saying different organizations are going to have different prices. This is what you want to say?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा अच्छा. The same product is being sold in different places by different prices. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So basically, this cross selling, we are talking about this cross selling is nothing but you can say, suppose I went for buying bread. Clear? Now, at the same time, I'm going to go for, suppose, I'm going to go for, suppose, butter, and I may purchase, suppose, egg, isn't it? So I may purchase jam along with that. Clear? So they are going to motivate to purchase all this stuff along with that bread, and they will say this is a very good one, sir, you just go for this, you try this one. So that is what is called cross selling, isn't it? You went for buying only one stuff, but at the same time, which is really linked with that stuff, you're going to take some different stuff, because that is the combination for that particular, है ना? The market basket might have heard. So if you're going to buy, suppose one stuff, so if it is related with another stuff, they are going to motivate. Sir, you just go for this product also. It is very new in the market, or it is cheap in the market, and so on and so forth. But that is what is called cross-selling. Getting? So what is upselling now? So just by seeing this big data, we are able to do that. What is upselling? Up means we are lifting something, and up we are lifting. Say, as for example, somebody went for purchasing mustard oil. So you are just going to target that employee and target that particular person, or you can say customer, that earlier also he bought huge amount of stuff, and he can buy the oil which is really having more cost as compared to the mustard oil. So he may give some motivation, he may motivate you to go for olive oil. So it is really costly, oily oil, isn't it? So that is what is called upselling. You went for purchasing, suppose, mustard oil that may cost 190 rupees per liter, but suppose you motivated that person and you said, "Ki, sir, this olive oil is very good for health, you just go for this one." So in that case, you some sort of you hypnotize that particular person in order to go for new product, and in this way they uplifted the selling. So that is what is called upselling, isn't it? So based on the data, whether he is capable enough to buy that particular olive oil, which is little bit costly as compared to this mustard oil. So in that case, we are going to say, it is your upselling opportunities. Clear? Next, we are going to go for to provide targeted promotional information. Okay. So here, basically, we are going to target. We are going to, I mean, suppose promote something. So I am going to target some sort of your customer, and which may buy that particular product. So target is very, very important. And then ultimately, later on, we are going to see how much we have achieved. That is another part. So in that case, whatever target that we have, we have put in that particular part, so whether we have achieved or not. So this is also being taken care by your big data. So by using big data, we are able to analyze that. Next, to optimize workforce planning and operation. Okay, so workforce planning also you can optimize, isn't it? Say, as for example, if you are going to say, if you are going to put some shop, clear. So in that case, if you're going to put some shop in, suppose, POS area like Janakpuri in New Delhi, so in that case, it is very costly affair, because you are supposed to pay rent per month, isn't it? And you don't know whether that particular product, how much you are going to sell that product, how much earning you are going to get at the end of the month. So that is how you are going to optimize the work planning. Clear? So you may think that why don't I go for some e-commerce sort of thing? I'm going to make some site. If I'm going to get some sort of your, suppose some customer is interested to go for that, I'm going to, go for some sort of your delivery by using your courier or something like this, and I'm going to earn a lot of amount from there. So in that case, you are going to optimize that entire thing. Even nowadays, suppose COVID is there, online classes are going on. So this higher authority are thinking, why I'm going to hire more employees if a single employee can handle six sections at the same time? What is harm in doing that? A single person is going to deliver the lecture and six sections are sitting at the same time. So there also they are going to optimize, है ना? So even students are not going to be in problem at the same time. By utilizing the network concept, they are able to do that. So in this way, they are going to minimize the cost. So in a number of different ways we can do that. So workforce planning can be optimized by using this big data, by seeing the data, the old data, historical data. Next, to improve the efficiency in a company supply. So supply chain is very, very important. Have you heard about this supply chain? To improve the efficiency in company's supply chain. Have you heard about supply chain? Not heard? So supply chain is nothing but if you are going to, if some product is coming from a market, if your product is coming from some industry, so from there till it is going to be consumed by the customer, it is what is all about your supply chain. The entire chain is there, starting from the manufacturer till it is going to be consumed by the customer. So that is what is called supply chain. Clear? Suppose some stuff is missing, or suppose you owned a particular shop, and in that shop, suppose after 2 or 3 days, you are thinking that this stuff is going to be exhausted. So ultimately, you are going to place the order beforehand. Clear? So it is going to maintain the chain. And at the end of the day, and you may not be regretting that if I would have this product, I might have got good profit, isn't it? So ultimately, beforehand, you are going to have this inventory in your hand. Okay, so inventory control is all about this part. So this supply chain is very clear. So again, this is the part of your big data. And how much should I purchase? How much should I go for this? What stuff should I keep? Like in winter season, so we are talking about these different clothes are there. So which clothes should I put for this particular market? And should I go for woolen cloth in winter, or should I go for cotton clothes in summer? So in that case, each and everything is going to be analyzed nowadays. And based on that analysis, you are going to take some step. So big data is playing there also. And even, we are talking about this election. Coming month, we are going to have elections also. So in these elections also, they are going to go for exit polling. Might have heard exit polling. So they are going to predict, isn't it? If you are going to go for some social site, immediately you are going to see, suppose, a Modi image. And they are going to pop up some Modi images. And the moment you are going to, just press some emojis like thumbs up, that means you are one of the supporter of this Modi. So they think that your vote might go to Modi, or you are going to go for, suppose, thumbs down. So immediately they are going to understand you are not satisfied with this Modi. So you may go for some different candidate. So in this way, they are going to analyze. And the human beings are giving the data, isn't it? So big data is playing vital role in order to analyze the data. And that too, it is in unstructured format. So maybe in semi-structured format, like JSON files are there, isn't it? By using, suppose I want to analyze some data. So in that case, if it is unstructured, so I may go for, suppose, MongoDB sort of database, isn't it? Which is going to use unstructured data or semi-structured data. So every time you may not be getting structured data in rows and column format, isn't it? Coming to the next point, to predict the market trend. So we have already gone through this. Big data is really very, very helpful in predicting the market, and whether I should go for this particular product if I'm starting with new data, or I'm starting with your new startup. So whether you should go for this data, or whether you should go for this product or not. So this is going to, you are supposed to analyze before starting with a particular say, as for example, you want to open a software company, suppose, isn't it? So in that case, you need to hire some sort of your places which is very going to have at POS area, where each and every person can come, or connectivity must be very good so that employee can come to your office. And somebody is going to say, though, no, I'm not going to hire any area, so I'm just going to go for cloud, and there itself I'm going to earn. So you are going to open some sort of your organization, and you are going to hire the employees, and the employees are working from their home. And then you are going to say that I'm going to give some target. So this is your target, and you finish this target by that time, and you're free. You can do anything. You're not supposed to come in my office. You're not supposed to sit in my office, switch on your heater, switch on your suppose tube light, and consume some sort of your this one. So they don't want this. So they are just going to hire something on the cloud itself, and from there itself, all the researchers or the persons, all the employees to whom you have hired is going to work from their home. So this prediction is very important. So by using this big data, I'm going to predict what is the trend of the market. Okay. Now predict the future needs. So obviously, if I'm having the big data, I'm having the data, I can analyze the data. So by using some softwares are there. So we will see later on that on Hadoop, we are going to work on Hadoop also. We are going to work on this MapReduce, Yarn is there, Pig is there, Hype is there. Lot many softwares are there. It is basically meant for this unstructured data. So we are going to analyze that unstructured data, and we can predict the future. So might have done in machine learning also, isn't it? In linear regression, suppose you're going to have n number of different data, and now you want to predict what would be the scenario. Clear? Suppose we have done, you might have also done, suppose some houses are there having 2 room, having 3 room, 5 rooms. At the same time, somebody is asking what would be the cost of suppose 7 room of flat. So immediately you are going to predict. So if you're having ample amount of data, so in that case, it is really very, very helpful for us to predict the data, isn't it? Now, say as for example, only one student is there to whom I am teaching. And if that student is going to pass, suppose student is going to pass. So in that case, you are going to say, oh, it is, the Ajay sir is giving 100% result. So merely by one data or merely by small data, you cannot predict. So he may pass or he may fail. It depends on the n number of different things, like the question paper may be hard, or he might not have studied. The quality of the student is not good. So you cannot predict very well that this faculty is good or bad, isn't it? So if you are having ample amount of data, suppose you are teaching 300 students, and out of these 300 students, you are going to analyze the results. So how much percent of the students got first division, how much got above 80%, and so on. So in that case, you are going to analyze the data nicely. Getting? So in order to predict the data, you must have ample amount of data, good amount of data. Then only you are going to get very good result. So this is how we are going to predict the future. Fine? This point is okay? Now, coming to the next one. To make company more innovative and competitive. So obviously, if I'm going to make some sort of a product, so my product has to be unique as compared to other products, then only the customers are going to be inclined to that product, isn't it? So it must be innovative. You're supposed to bring some new aspect, new thing, new feature, isn't it? Then only the customers are going to be inclined towards your product. And at the same time, it is going to be competitive, because it is not very easy task to compete in a particular suppose scenario. So you may reach to the top, but you have to stay in the top is really very tough. So staying on the top for ample amount of time is not an easy task. Fine. So you may touch peak, and you may get right now you are at the top of the company. So it is not necessary in coming couple of months or coming couple of years you may be on the top. So in that case, you have to be competitive. You have to be innovative. So these are the different aspects that we are getting by using your big data. To discover a new source of revenue. So if you're having big data, so you might start with your suppose some product. Later on, you are going to see, no, this is not good. So I must go for some new product, isn't it? So you are going to generate I mean, good revenue in that case. Like, suppose we are talking about Tata, isn't it? So Tata is creating, suppose, huge amount of vehicle, huge amount of this locomotive. Now he's going to think, why don't I go for some sort of your salt, Tata salt? Let's see, let's try, because this may be a new source of revenue. So in that case, by using this big data, and they are going to analyze whether I should go for some production of salt, and it will be beneficial for me. In a small scale, I'm going to start and let me see the future prediction. So in that case, you are going to see, yeah, I'm getting good response in that. So in that case, you are going to start setting, suppose Tata sort and so on. So in that case, you are going to get generate new revenue. है ना? So revenue will be generated by your new product. Fine. Till now, any doubt is there, students? Assuming no doubts are there. Cut your cost. So again, very, very important part. Cut your cost. By analyzing this big data, है ना, you can cut your cost. Yes, just now I have given some example. If a single faculty is going to take, suppose, 6 sections, why I am going to hire 6 different faculties in order to go for some classroom, isn't it? So in that case, if I'm going to analyze, I'm going to predict the thing, I'm going to reduce the cost. And if I'm going to open the market by using your e-commerce, why I'm going to hire some, suppose, space in costly area like Uttam Nagar or Janakpuri, why I'm going to go for this? And it's a costly affair. Why I don't invest only 3,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees in order to go for some site, isn't it? From WordPress or from any site, Wix.com or some, I mean, a lot many these are there who are giving the services for this site preparation, isn't it? GoDaddy, isn't it? So lot many sites are there. So why don't I go for sites? I'm going to pay 3,000 rupees and let me see what result I'm getting out of that. If I'm getting good result, I'm going to go for, I'm going to increase, I'm going to scale my organization, isn't it? So it is really very, very helpful for us. We are going to see this, how we are going to reduce the cost. So cut your cost is again very, very important aspect. By using your big data, you can do that. Now, increase your efficiency. Obviously, if you're going to cut your cost and ultimately you're going to target, you're going to focus on that particular customer, you're going to get good benefit. Your rate of interest will be higher. Your interest that you're getting from that product will be higher, and towards your higher end. So efficiency, it is going to increase our efficiency, isn't it? So you will be more focused towards that particular product. So you might be knowing that if you have seen, suppose, mobile, the moment you click mobile, so next time if you're going to go for some e-commerce site like Amazon or Flipkart, so next time you may be getting some sort of your advertisement based on the mobile itself. Clear? Based on your feature that you have selected in that mobile. So this is all because of your big data. Analyzing the big data, and in unstructured format, they are going to analyze, and then ultimately they are going to identify, yeah, this particular user may go for this product, isn't it? So that is what is called, if you're going to see, suppose, mobile, so next time they may suppose suggest tablet also. Clear? So they just want to see what is your interest, whether you want to go for mobile, tablet. So nearby products are going to be are also going to be shown there. That is what is called cross-selling. Just now we discussed about this cross-selling. So if you just click this mobile, so they may show some sort of your tablets or any gadget related with that mobile, or even laptop also, isn't it? So it is going to increase our efficiency. Improve our pricing. So obviously, if I'm going to understand the market, I'm going to improve the pricing. Pricing is also one of the very, very important aspect in this business aspect. Now coming to the next part. So up to here it is fine, Beta. Anything you want to ask, you may ask. Fine.
So it is clear.
Pardon?
So it is clear.
Clear. Okay, good. So next we are going to go for this complete big businesses. So complete big businesses. So obviously some competitions are there. You have to compete with big businesses. If you are really well prepared by seeing that big data, whether market is there in that particular or it is not there. So ultimately, in that case, you are going to switch from that product to some different product. So by seeing that market, so market has to be analyzed first, isn't it? Now allow you to focus on local preference. Again, this is very, very important part. Like each and every user is having his own perception based on his budget, based on his liking, based on his different aspects. So we are going to go for targeted customer. Getting, so each and every customer they are targeting customer wise, and they're not targeting exactly, so say I mean, if you're in Meerut, fine, they are going to target about this Meerut, but still in Meerut, what is the choice of each and every customer? Getting, so that customer is interested to go for this customer is interested to go for this, the liking of this customer is like clothes, the liking of this customer is electronic gadgets and so on. So by seeing the different site that you are visiting or you are clicking, now they are going to judge the entire thing. And say some product is there which may be very, very good in USA or UK, so that may not be very fruitful for this local locality, this Meerut guy, or suppose if they are targeting village area, so in that village area you cannot sell suppose you cannot sell very good car, Lamborghini, or suppose you want to go for some good car, Mercedes. They are not going to target this in village area. Getting, so in village area, no, suppose obviously if you're going for a tractor, so in that case obviously they are interested to go for tractor. So in that case you are going to see the local preference. What is the local preference? What is the budget for that particular thing? Is it? And then only you are going to take some step. Again, here also this big data is playing vital role. Each and every person, each and every person's profile is there on the server, his liking, his disliking, and all that. Based on that, they are going to target the locality. So they are going to target the local preference has to be taken care of. Fine. Next, help you to increase the sales and royalties. So obviously, if you are having the big data aspect, and you are going to increase the sales, because then only you are going to fluctuate your market price or increase or decrease the feature of that particular thing in order to get maximum profit. Clear? Next, ensure you to hire right employees. So here also big data is playing vital role. Suppose uh, uh, you went for co-cubes, you went for a number of different competitive exams, you went for earning badges, isn't it? So just by seeing your badges, they are going to understand that this particular this person is really very good for me, and they are going to hire you as one of the employee. So they are going to give chance to you because they know that this particular person has earned lot many badges. So nowadays, online they are recruiting the things. The moment you are going to fill profile in your LinkedIn, so you may be getting some call, isn't it? So nowadays the entire thing has shifted from, from locality to global market. So entire thing is there in the global. So it is not that if you are going to open, suppose you want to open your shop in Meerut, so only Meerut guy are going to be benefited. But the moment you are going to open the entire thing on your, suppose some sort of your e-commerce site, the entire world is seeing that. Anybody can go for your product. Getting? So this is very important part. So just by sitting at one place, they are hiring the employees. They're not supposed to conduct. They're not supposed to hire the venue and five-star hotel in order to go for this. Rather, just by sitting at any place, they are going to take your interview. And by seeing your caliber, by seeing your badges, they are going to hire you. Clear? Now, derive innovative solutions. So obviously, if I'm going to have a lot many data along with me, so in that case, I'm going to go for innovative solutions. So my product is, why my product is not being sold, why other products are being sold. Lot many analysis has to be taken care of, and in that case, you are going to make some innovative solutions, new product with new features and so on and so forth. Next, help in understanding and targeting customer. So obviously, lot many times we have gone through this point. Helps in understanding and targeting customer. So we are going to see his liking, disliking, based on the sites, based on the click that he has done in that particular site. So based on that, we are going to accumulate the data, and ultimately we are going to be benefited. Up to here, it is fine, beta. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Fine. So assuming no doubt is there, no queries are coming from there. So I hope that you are getting me. Okay. So what is the time? So we are supposed to stick with time also. 12:35. So ample amount of time is there. So I mean, after 5 minutes, I'm going to take the attendance. Okay. So how many students are there now? So 35 students. Only 35 students out of 63, I think. And it is not the first class that you might be sleeping. So I think this is right time to take attendance, isn't it? Less students are there. Okay, after a couple of slides, we are going to go for it. Okay, so let me start. Fine. So up to here, I think everything is clear up to here. Now coming to the next slide. It helps in optimizing the business process. Clear? So if I'm going to optimize my business, if I'm going to scale my business, so based on the big data, I can do that. It helps in improving science and research. So it is also playing vital role in science and research. And say, as for example, you made new product and you want to go for suppose patent, and that patent has already been taken care by suppose US guy. Globally, it has already been taken care. So in that case, I mean, your patent will not be considered. So you are supposed to go for research. Research means somebody has searched something and you are supposed to add some part in that, isn't it? So in that case, first of all, you are supposed to see what all things has already been taken care by the scientist. Then you are supposed to take some new step. Maybe 5%, 10%, 20% enhancement has been done in that particular field is really appreciable. So it helps in improving science and research. Clear? It improves healthcare. So in healthcare also it is playing vital role. Even nowadays, the operations are going on by using your this analysis of big data. Internet connectivity has to be there. Doctors are sitting somewhere in remote area and they are operating their patient, isn't it? So it improves the healthcare and public health with availability of record of the patient. So each and every patient is having its own record. So that entire record is going to be maintained in that discrete form, that may be unstructured form. And from there, the moment you are going to put the suppose patient name, his liking, his disliking, his problems, his allergy, whether he's allergic with some this one. So everything is going to be there on the screen. And now the doctors are the doctors will be taking care of that patient nicely because he's having the entire data along with him. So again, big data is playing vital role in this healthcare also. It helps in financial trading. So obviously, directly or indirectly, we are talking about this financial aspect of doing this big data, isn't it? So it is helpful in sports. So in sports also, in sports also you can analyze. So suppose we are talking about Sachin Tendulkar, he is consistent player. So we assume that at least this time also he's going to suppose score more than 50 runs. So in that case, you can do some prediction. And in sports also, in polling also, polling just now we talked about whether the moment you are going to go for thumbs up, so they are going to understand this person is liking this particular minister or liking this particular authority. So in that case, he may vote next time. He may vote to this. So that in polling also very very important, and we are utilizing this big data in security aspect, in enforcement of law also they are going to do that, isn't it? So this entire analysis are being taken care. Say suppose we are talking about this Jammu Kashmir, so there also law enforcement, whether I'm going to put the new law where I'm going to stop this law, and all these are going to be taken care by this data. So every now and then these data are being generated. You might have heard that they stopped internet facility in Jammu and Kashmir, isn't it? So that they're not going to be in touch with each other and they're not going to, misguide the other person. So this law enforcement also they're using this big data concept. Okay. So next point, anyone can access vast information via survey. Yeah. So lot many informations are going to be taken care. Even MBA guys also doing survey in order to accomplish his thesis. So survey is going to be taken care, and by using that data, they are going to analyze. है ना? Then they are going to get some output. They're going to get some output. They're going to get the answer of their query, है ना? By floating some of the questionnaire, isn't it? So there also this big data is playing vital role. So if you're having ample amount of data, so you can analyze. The amount of data has to be very, very large. Then only you are going to get good results. So may not be your 100%, but quite close to that. Maybe 95%, 96%, or even beyond that. So if you're having good data, ample amount of data, you can work with that data. Even this artificial neural network or neural network works on this big data. है large amount of data has to be there in order to analyze the data. Clear? Now coming to the next point. So every second additions are made. So what is the meaning of these additions? So here we are talking about the data. Ample amount of data are being generated. Within minutes you are going to generate ample amount of data. Every second these additions are being made. Okay. Zettabyte, petabyte, lot many datas. I mean, nowadays we are going to get within a few minutes. And it is really very, very important that how we are going to handle this data in order to analyze the data. Analyze the data in order to get maximum profit for my business. Okay. Next point, one platform carry unlimited information. So here we are going to, go for suppose data. So if I'm having that data, so that data can be analyzed in a number of different ways. So you may analyze by using some model. Somebody may analyze by using some different model. You may be using Bayes classifier. Somebody may be using SVM classifier. So somebody may be using some different. So lot many different ways are there. So one platform is there. You are having big data, and now you can analyze according to your own choice. You can analyze the entire data and based on your own focus, based on your own requirement. Fine. Now coming to the next point. And up to here, everything is fine. Students, any doubt? Okay. No doubt, beta?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Fine. Now, next point. Let's go for the next point. Data accumulation from multiple sources. So that we already know from multiple sources we are accumulating the data. And just now we discussed about some important sources like your media, social media, online shopping, e-commerce. So lot many different sites are there which is generating ample amount of data, and which is really very, very good for us to analyze the data. But in olden days, we were not having this flexibility. And because the invent of this internet, and we got ample amount of data. Everybody is having, the big servers are there, which is going to store important data. Might be knowing that China, they are having their own server. They're not disclosing their data to other country. Rather, they are taking the data, but they are not sending the data to outside world. They are having their own search engine. They are not giving the access to their server to some different country. So accumulating the data for multiple from multiple sources. So that we already know from internet site, social site, online shopping. So we are generating that data, and which is really very helpful for us to analyze the data. Even from external parties also. Might have seen that in order to analyze the data, you are taking the help of your Kaggle, isn't it? Taking the help of your UCI. So lot many repositories are also there, which is going to give you the data. Okay. Now coming to the next point, real-time forecasting and monitoring of the business as well as market. Real time. Immediately the moment you click some sort of your product, and next time you are going to see the related to that particular product, you are going to get the advertisement. isn't it? Within fraction of second, you are going to click. So this is happening on the fly. Clear? On real time scenario, it is going. है ना? The moment you click this one, they got the thing and they are going to give some sort of your output. है ना? Like your chatbots are also there. And I suppose if you are talking about some MIT site, so right side you are going to see in MIT chatbots are there. The moment you are going to tell that I need some help of your admission, so they are going. I mean, this chatbot is going to give the reply that we are running BTech courses, MCA courses, है ना? So in BTech courses, these number of branches are there. So in this way, you are going to get a number of feeds. है ना? So in real time, we are getting the things and we are going to analyze and immediately we are supposed to take some step. Because you never know that customer is going to be diverted. Suppose right now he's seeing the mobile of suppose Lenovo. Next time he may like Samsung mobile. है ना? The moment you delay little bit, है ना? So that particular customer is gone. So it is very, very important that you are supposed to hypnotize that particular customer based on your feature, based on your price, and telling that these are the plus points. Clear? So this is all about your real-time forecasting and monitoring. Clear? Now identifying crucial points that is hidden within the large data set. So I may be focusing on a very small part. So I'm going to, analyze the data which is really required for me. I may not be taking help of other data. So I'm going to be focused. Okay, I'm really interested to go for this product only. I'm really interested to go for the, psychology of this particular customer. If he buys this, so whether he's going to buy this also or not, isn't it? So they are going to read the entire thing. Clear? So in that case, they are going to take some important or small data also from the bigger data, from the big data. Next, promptly mitigate risk by optimizing the complex decision. Promptly mitigate risk by optimizing complex decision. What is the meaning of this? So we are going to mitigate the risk, minimize the risk by optimizing the complex decision. So suppose the decision is very complex. So, but the big data is going to give fruitful result for you. Say nowadays, suppose you bought a plot. Now you want to construct your house. So you never know whether I'm supposed to put this kitchen here. I'm going to put drawing room over here. So you're just going to feed the data to the software. And a CAD CAM softwares are there. And then ultimately they are going, this software is going to give suppose 10 different possibilities. So obviously you are going to specify the space that this cross, this must be the bedroom, this cross, this must be your dining hall, this cross, this must be your kitchen and so on. And there, this software is going to give a number of different ways. Suppose 10 different ways they are going to suggest. And based on that, you just choose anyone. Clear? So because of this play of this data, you are able to identify which is the best solution for me. Getting? So it is going to mitigate the risk. It is going to minimize the risk. If I'm having big data, ample amount of data are there, so I'm going to minimize my risk. Is it okay? Now identify issue in the system and business process in real time. So obviously, if data is there, I'm going to identify what issue may be there. I'm going to forecast the issues also. Okay. Going to the next slide. Unlock the truth potential of the data-driven market. So nowadays we are going to say this data is nothing but oil for me. Have you heard this oil? Oil means it is very, very rich product. If any country is having oil, so assuming that that particular country is very, very rich. So nowadays this oil, what is all about your oil? Our data. This data is oil for me. Okay. So if I am having this data, I can play with this. And this is all about this technology. If you're going to acquire some data by using any means, you are going to be you are not going to be defeated anywhere. Even in war also, if you're having prior information that this enemy may come from this side, that enemy may come from that side, if that entire analysis is there before you, so you are not going to be defeated. So that is all about your data. If you're having ample amount of data, almost everywhere you're going to conquer the entire market. Okay. Now, next, dig in customers' data to create tailor-made product, services, offers, and discounts. So, if you're having ample amount of data, so obviously you're going to play with the data. You are going to increase or decrease the price of your product, isn't it? The moment you are going to decrease the price, for a particular suppose gadget, so ultimately the selling will be high because you have decreased the price. So ultimately, at the end of the day, you might be benefited. So that analysis you have to do. What price you are supposed to go for your product. Fine. So this is really important. That service offers that discounts. So you may go for some discount. And nowadays, this big e-commerce sites are doing that. You owned a coin, or you suppose owned some points. Based on that point, 4 points is equivalent to 1 rupee, and so on. So in this case, they are going to do that. In Paytm also, you might have seen, if you're going to buy or if 5 times you're going to recharge this mobile, so you are going to get suppose 50 rupees, and so on. So they are doing that, and they are playing with this offer just by seeing your data. Whether you may go for this recharging your mobile, you may go for this new product. Very frequently you are using this Paytm, so they are, float some this one offers and discounts. So just by seeing that big data, they are doing that. Next is your facilitate speed delivery of the product. If you're having that data, and obviously your delivery will be very, very fast. That may be your product delivery, that may be related to your services that you're delivering. So if you're having good data with you, so in that case, you can play with that. Speedy data, because everybody is interested to get the data as soon as possible. The moment you suppose ordered your mobile, you want that within a day or two it must reach to me, isn't it? So if his speed is very high, immediately if you're getting the product from different sites, so ultimately you will prefer that site. Within 2 days I got this. If I bought this, if I bought the data from this, so that trust is very, very important. Clear? Next, diversify revenue stream to boost company profits and ROI. Okay, so diversity is there in order to generate this big data is playing vital role in that, and it is going to boost the company in order to generate the profit. So what is ROI, beta? ROI. So it is. Can anyone? So here in context with this, this is your this rate of interest. And here also, you may go for that. If you're talking about some reason, if you're focusing on reason, so our reason of interest is this one, isn't it? So I'm going to focus on that part only. Clear? So in this way, I'm going to generate the revenue. So by using this, diversify revenue stream. Next, respond to customer requests, grievance, and queries in real time. If you are able to do that by using big data, you will be benefited. So your request, grievances, your problems are there. You're going to justify the problem that this is not good, this is very bad, this is so. By using that analysis, by using your query, they are going to take your query as feedback, and they are going to make some amendment in their system, and they are going to increase the quality or increase the services from that particular site. Clear? That you are giving some comments. So based on that comments, based on your feedback, they are going to modify. Clear? Now, foster innovation of new businesses, strategy, product, and services. So obviously, it is going to increase the speed by which the innovations has been done, or it is being done by using this new data, by using the data that we are already having, and then ultimately we are going to give the services, give the product, and I'm going to have new strategies for my business. I'm going to mold my business towards that. I'm going to be little bit centric towards the given product if I'm having data, ample amount of data. Okay, time